What's up, bougie bosses? It's your girl Kayla Simmons, and today I'm going to be giving you the deets on all of my film equipment, and this is the first installment of our YouTube tech series. So let's just jump right in. The first piece of equipment that I'm going to talk about is, of course, starting off with my digital camera. So I have a Canon T6i, or you can call it a Canon Rebel T6i, whatever, EOS Rebel. Canon T6i, that's just what I refer to it as, and it retails for about $550. As I'm doing this series, you'll see obviously, but I'm going to be popping images of them up on the screen so you can kind of know what it looks like, as well as I'll be providing links for all of these down below in the description box. So just let you know that now, but this retails for about $550. When I was doing research back in earlier this year, I started researching cameras around March just because I wanted to take more pictures. And this was before I decided to start doing YouTube and made the decision to branch out into YouTube this soon. So originally I was just looking for something that, could take quality pictures. But then I ran across this video by Sydney Lillian. I think she's a beauty YouTuber here on YouTube, and her camera quality was so good. Like, the tech was just, it was amazing. I really like this camera. It's really easy to use. I don't think it's one of the newer ones, but I don't think it's necessarily that old either. Honestly, it does the job as of right now for me. I think for it to be my first camera, it's a pretty great starter camera. I haven't really had any trouble with it. It's pretty easy to manage. There's a lot of tutorials about it on YouTube, hence why I bought it in the first place. But yeah, that's kind of the details on that. As I'm going through this, I'm gonna kind of explain how you can get around paying that much for it. And at the end, I'm gonna do a tally of what all of this stuff comes out to. So that's the camera that you're looking at right now. Yeah, moving right along. So the next one, of course, kind of coincides with the camera, and that is the camera lens. I have the 18 to 55 millimeter lens. Now, I know for those of you who are not tech savvy, because that's really who I'm making this video for, or the series for rather, it is kind of like, I don't know, one of the more common lenses. And just letting you know now, most times, especially when you're buying new equipment, lenses do not come with the actual camera. Like, you have to buy them separately. You don't have to, there's certain deals, but you buy them separately. And a lot of times, especially when you start getting real up there, with the tech stuff, lenses can often cost more than your camera can, because at the end of the day, the lens is kind of the most important part, because that's kind of what gives you the focus and the quality and stuff. If you don't have a good lens, then you can kind of just cancel the camera, So this one retails, it was kind of a range when I was looking up different ones. And I know you're like, okay, well, how much did you pay? And I'm going to get to that in a second. But it ranges from I've seen as low as $65 all the way to $200, which I saw quite a few $200 lenses for this particular one that I have. So that's just kind of a ballpark estimate of what you can expect. Once again, I'll tally all of this stuff up at the end so you can get a good idea for how much it would cost for this stuff. But once again, I do have the 18 to 55 millimeter Canon lens. The next piece of equipment that I want to cover is the road mic. It's this road mic right here. Actually, you can actually take this little fluffer off. I actually have never used this. Oh, I accidentally took it off, but I'm sure those of you who have looked up Rode mics, you've probably seen one like this before. It has a little Rode on the side. And how this works is you can take this part and hook it onto the top of the camera and then plug it in to the little port, the plug-in port on the side. And it can just act as a, I guess, mic, you know what I mean, from afar. I don't really use this one, but just kind of bringing this all together, I didn't buy this Rode mic, the camera, the lens, and the battery, which I'm going to talk about next. I bought these all used on Mercari, which is I don't know, it's an app where you can buy used stuff online. And so I bought it used, and that's what I was saying before when I was kind of talking about the camera. I'm giving you kind of the new retail prices, but I would honestly recommend Sorry, it had to focus. But I would honestly recommend trying to wait or trying to search for used or refurbished equipment, because as you can see, it can get pretty expensive. And if you can get the same quality for a cheaper price, like why wouldn't you, you know? So I would just maybe look up used equipment, and also not only because it's cheaper, but because you can like get more. So usually you wouldn't be able to get a Rode mic, a lens, a camera, and the battery for $600. That's how much I paid total for all of that stuff. And as you can see, like already when I'm adding up the prices, because this retails for about $150. And so all of that together, like that's more than $600 right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's probably what, in the 700s, 800s. So yeah, like it can add up pretty quickly, but I caught a steal being able to get all of that, and it works like new. Like I've not had any issues with any of these items whatsoever. I mean, well, I've never used this, but I'm gonna explain why when I get to like the other mic that I actually use. So yeah, this is refurbished mic. I've never tested it out, but I've seen a lot of people that have used it and the sound quality is pretty decent. So yeah, if you guys want to invest in a mic and don't want to wear like a little on hand like lapel or lavalier mic like how I do, then this is maybe something that you should consider. So the next one, I just mentioned, this is the little battery that came with it. Trying to make sure you can see that, and you can kind of just like take out the little battery, and this is the port that holds it, and it has in the back like a little pull out plug, so you could just plug it straight up. This is what came with the camera that the previous owner bought, I'm assuming, or maybe she bought it separately, I'm not sure, but this is kind of a classic little camera battery. Yeah, like I don't really know what else to say about this one. This retails for about $10, so it's actually a pretty awesome price if you want to get it. However, I'm about to go into the main batteries that I actually use rather, which is these Artman. It's a 2-pack. Obviously the other batteries in the camera right now, but this is a 2-pack. I always recommend, as you'll see a lot of other YouTubers recommend, and just people who use cameras in general, to always have more than one battery, honestly, because if you only if I were to only have this one and this one, I'm not gonna lie, the battery life, I mean, it's decent, but it's not the best. And I film videos in 3s usually, so if this were to die, like I would have to wait and wait for it to recharge, and that usually takes like a couple hours to wait for it to recharge, and then it's just a pain. So if your camera dies, like you can have another one ready to go. I do want to invest in one of those dummy batteries where you can just plug up to where it never dies, so I never have to like get up in the middle of filming to switch anything out. But you know, these do the job as of right now, and they retail for about $22. So if you want to make the investment, I'd say it's worth it. Once again, you'll be seeing these pictures rather pop up on the screen, so you can know where to buy them, and I'll add the links down below. Now I'm talking about my mic. I have the Boya mic, which you hear right now. Let me show you the packaging for it. This is what it comes in. This is what it looks like. You can get it on Amazon, and it is only $20, y'all. This is only $20. I saw when I watched the video of Sydney Lillian's, I'll link that video down below in the description box as well. She actually uses this mic, and the sound was just so crispy, and that's actually why I got this instead of just opting to use the Rode mic. Well, for one, when I ordered it on Mercari, I didn't know that the Rode mic was going to come with it. It was kind of just like a bonus, even though she put it in the description, but I don't know, I guess I just wasn't looking at all of that. But yeah, I knew anyway I wanted to use this mic just because it was so crisp. And I know sometimes, even though the Rode mics pick up good sound, it's just like not as crisp of quality, and I just wanted, I don't know, it just sounded more appeasing to the ear. So, and it's only $20, so I was just like, you know, that's a steal for it to be that high of quality sound and only be that cheap. And this is kind of, yeah, like I plug it into my camera and then just put it under my shirt, attach it to my top, and kind of go from there. Now there is a plug. Let me see. I can't really reach it because it's I don't know, it's not gonna let me show it that far, but if you see right here what I'm pointing to, that is a little bar, like that's how you can control it. So essentially what you can do is you can like put the plug up and turn it on camera whenever you're using it on camera. It's pretty much common knowledge. And then you can also use it for your phone. So you could plug it into your phone and all you have to do is just like turn the knob down and, you know, to iPhone, because it's like camera, then off, then iPhone. I have never used it for my iPhone, so yeah, but I only really use it for the camera, so I just always turn it up, and then when I'm done filming, I'll just put it in the middle to turn it off. And also, that's the thing I wanted to transition to next. This is $20. You need to have some LR44 batteries. Now, I will say the battery life for these are pretty good. Like, I don't think I've had one die yet. Now, I will say when I first bought these, oh my gosh, yes, I need to mention this. When you first start filming with this mic and you're talking, you know, usually most mics, you can like kind of tell that the mic is on. You can't tell with this mic. So I didn't think that it was working at first. And I actually DM'd Cynthia on Instagram and I was just like, it's not working. Like, and she was like, it's working. And how you could tell is when you were like looking, I was using the EOS utility, which I'll get to later. And you can kind of tell like when you talk in the mic, like how the sound, I don't know what it's called. I'm not tech savvy, but you can tell because like the sound waves or whatever it's called, like it starts peaking whenever you talk into it. And so even though you can't hear it in real time, when you watch the playback, it works. And so for those of you who buy this mic and you like try to use it and it doesn't seem like it's working. You just won't be able to tell. But the battery life on it is pretty good. I've never had one die yet, but you know, just if you're going to be filming a lot like I am, you should just invest in this. This is only $10 and it comes in a 24 pack. So yeah, like just get it just so you can have it on hand. You know, you'd rather be prepared beforehand than have to wait and do stuff after the fact because you just weren't prepared. So just get it. It's only $10 and I'd say both of these combinations are a pretty great steal if you ask me. Moving on to lighting. Okay, so the first light that I ever used, and you will see that in, I want to say, no, actually all the videos on this channel, I've used all my ring lights. I was thinking about another video I filmed, but the first light I'm going to talk about is my little ring light. Honestly, I don't know. I can't really source where that's from. I'll have to ask my best friend because she's the one who actually bought it for me for my birthday. But I mean, ring lights are pretty common. You can usually get those for like $20, and the sound, or light rather, the lighting on them is pretty much the same across the board. So I don't really have much to say about that. Like, it's really cool for like pictures, and I use it when I get on my like weekly lives on Instagram and stuff like that. It comes with this little phone holder. So like I can just like prop my phone up and just kind of talk. So that's pretty cool, but I don't really have much to say on that. It has like three different lighting settings. I always do like the white one because it's like there's like the light that's kind of bluish, and then there's the warm, and then there's like the warm yellow, and those are the only three lights. And you can kind of adjust the brightness of each lighting setting, if that makes sense. So I always just keep it at the brightest possible level because I need all the lighting I can get because I don't have the best natural lighting. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, the lighting in my mom's place is pretty trash. So I need all the help that I can get, because whenever you see Sydney's video, like her lighting's gonna be so much better than mine, but that's because she has a lot better natural lighting. Like, my mom's house is it's not the best lighting here, so I have to really just kind of make the best with what I have. I can't change the direction of the sun, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all I kind of say about the ring lights. It's about $20. Most of you guys probably own a ring light, even just for like selfies or something like that. You can find it pretty much anywhere. But because my best friend, she's probably not going to remember. She has such a bad memory. It's Amber. Yeah, she's the one who got it for me. I can try to ask her where she got this one, but she's probably not going to remember. If so, I'll just pop up a random one up here. They're about $20. Some of them may be even cheaper. So yeah, just note of the wise. So now we're getting into the big girl lights. Now, I mentioned the ring light, but that's kind of remedial. You know, most people have stuff like that just for selfies. But when you're talking about like filming, especially if you want like a professional look and good lighting, especially when you don't have good natural lighting, you need some professional like softbox lights or something like that, because it doesn't matter how good of a camera you have if you don't have the good lighting. I've seen this exact same camera look incredibly dim. Like I'm talking like old phone camera quality dim, you know what I'm saying? And it's because they don't have the lights. You need the lights. Like that's going to do most of the job for you. I have two big softbox lights. It's a set. It's HPUSN softbox lights. I'm gonna pop it up here. Now the price may have changed since then, because you know most of this stuff I got on Amazon, and we all know depending on the demand and stuff, like the prices kind of fluctuate. But I got this for $90, and honestly, it was a pretty good investment. It comes in it's 2-in-1 pack, and one. I don't know why I'm fumbling all through this video, but it's 2-in-1 pack, and it comes with, like, of course, the stand. You get to hook on the little, I don't know what it's called, just like the thing that little rectangle that holds the light. I don't know what that's called. Then there, of course, there's the light bulb to screw in, and then you have a cover so you don't like fry yourself when you have the lights on you. And so I have two here and here on each side of the camera, and then the ring light I have behind the camera. Honestly, I mean, I kind of wish I could have it in front of it, but obviously that would show up in the screen, so can't do that. But I usually just tilt it a little higher and then have my light here, so I'm getting as much light as I possibly can. Even with me doing this, I know you'll be able to tell that the lighting is different in a bunch of my videos, but once again, that's just, you can't control natural lighting, so I try to do the best that I can. I do film this in my mother's dining room, as I've said before, and like on her dining room there's like a little window with like to the deck or whatever, but that doesn't bring in much lighting because the way her house is positioned, it's like away from the sun. So yeah, these kind of do the best that they can. It's very rare that the sun really is able to come around here, especially because there's a deck, so it's like it kind of blocks off the sun, which is, you know, when you're out there, that's good. But when it comes to stuff like this, it's not the best because I need all the light that I can get. But it does the job for now. So yeah, I would recommend these lights. They're pretty good. They're pretty much on the low end. Most like professional softbox light set are usually pretty expensive, more expensive than that. So it's pretty good price to pay less than $100 for these. I knew how to put them together because I took a film class for my minor, but there's a bunch of tutorials on YouTube because obviously it doesn't come put together. Like you have to set it up and break it down each time, or you can leave it up. I have to set it down each time just because I don't have the room to be like leaving all of my film equipment up, but it's pretty easy once you get into the hang of it. So yeah. So next I'm going to talk about the tripod, the camera tripod. It is the Amazon Basics tripod, and I bought it for $26. Once again, the prices may change, so do not hold me to it if it's not that price when you click the link and you go there, but I paid $26 $26 for it. And yeah, I mean, it's a tripod. Like I don't really know how to like give you a detailed description on that. It holds the camera. It comes with a little screw. Obviously, I can't really show you this now because I'm using it to film, but it comes with a little screw that you hook onto the bottom of the camera, and then like you clip it onto the top of the tripod, and that's how the camera is able to stay in place. And you know, you can adjust the height however you want it. It's pretty straightforward. It's a tripod. So just check it out. Pretty decent price. A lot of tripods are probably going to be starting around that price range. But if you find any lower, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but just expect to pay around that amount for a decent camera tripod. So next, this is one of the most important things you need. I think when I first started buying all my camera stuff, I did not buy this, and I'm so glad I thought to do it before I tried to like start filming, or else I would have been screwed. So this is the SanDisk. I have the 32 gigabyte memory card. y'all, this is what holds all of your stuff. Like, you need this. And I think with this camera, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think it's with this camera, like, you cannot film without having a memory card in. So if you don't buy a memory card and you buy a camera, please make sure you buy a memory card. I think you can buy, like, take pictures and stuff without the memory card in, just so long as you have the battery in. But I don't think it'll even let you, like, click to the thing. It'll let you click there, but the video, like, screen, it won't pop up. So you have to have the SD card in there in order to be able to film videos. And that makes sense, because wouldn't it just suck if you filmed all these videos and you couldn't figure out, like, how to transfer it over and stuff? I think you can, like, I don't know, you can connect the laptop some sort of way, but I haven't figured all that out yet. Like, I just take because with the memory card, it comes with a little flash drive that you can stick the memory card to, and I just, like, stick it into my laptop and kind of just work that way. That's how I transfer it. I know you can do it, like, wirelessly or whatever, but I just do it the straightforward way. If you want to do all that stuff, go watch some tech expert talk about it. I don't know how to do all of that yet, but yeah, that works for me. Honestly, you should probably get like a more expensive one, because I got the 32 gigabyte, but it doesn't really hold that much. Like, I noticed because I film 6 videos like every other week, right? I noticed that, yeah, like, every time I have to go back to film, I have to kind of clear it out. Now, fortunately for me, like, by the time I go back to film, I already have, like, all the videos edited and, like, scheduled to upload. So I don't really have to worry about losing it per se, but you need a higher one, especially if you want to keep your raw footage. You're going to need more than 32 gigabytes. Honestly, I wasn't really paying attention to that storage space when I bought it, but yeah, so you're probably going to want to get more storage space, one with more storage space on it. Yeah, so it's $20, and I mean, it does the job. It holds, because I will say some of my videos, like, they run pretty long, especially with the raw footage. I edit down a lot. Like, you guys, I be going ham with the editing, because with, like, me fumbling and stuff and, like, trying to keep up with my notes, the video, that raw footage is a lot longer. So that may attribute to it as well, but I usually have to go in and clean it off basically before I want to film for the new week. So just go ahead and invest in an SD card with more storage. If you're not going to film that much, then I guess you could start off with that, or you don't mind, like, deleting stuff every 6 videos or whatever. I don't think when it comes to, like, pictures and stuff, honestly, I wouldn't be able to give you an accurate description. I just can't get my words together today. I wouldn't be able to give you an accurate description, just because I kind of delete the photos after, like, I send them to my laptop, just because I don't know, I just don't really need them on here anymore, because they're in my phone now. So I can't give you an accurate description on how many pictures they can actually hold, but I feel like it's not as much space, like, especially because you don't need the SD card to take pictures. So, and honestly, they are on the SD card, but honestly, I don't know. So you would probably have to look that up yourself if you're especially buying this for, like, photography and stuff like that. I'm not sure, because I don't really keep any pictures that I take on there. Once I send it to my laptop, transfer it to my laptop, I just delete it, because I don't need that on there anymore. So yeah, that's just word of the wise, but it's pretty good investment, $20 if you just want to get started and you're not going to be filming that much, or you're fine with deleting it. Pretty good investment to make. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is this Canon USB cable. It's $10, like most USB cables. I got this because when I was doing my research on everything, trying to just get all the necessary equipment, I saw people talking about EOS Utility, which is a free software that Canon provides for all of its users, where you can just type in the type of camera that you have, like, in their search box on the website, and it reads the type of laptop or desktop that you have, and it downloads the right sort of software, so you can essentially control the camera from your laptop or iPad or whatever it is that you're using. And honestly, it's a pretty cool feature. Like, you can record from there, take pictures from there, just the brightness and all that. That's how I was able to see before when I was talking about this mic. Like, when I was able to see before that it actually did work. Like, I was able to read like the volume level and all that good stuff. But the thing is, I don't know, lately it's just, I've been having a lot of trouble with it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I first started using it, like every now and then it would give me usually some sort of trouble, like, or maybe just like shut down in the middle of like me trying to film or take pictures or stuff. So honestly, I really don't use it anymore, or at this moment. I don't know, like, I've tried uninstalling and reinstalling or installing a different version. Like, I've looked up different options. So if any of you are watching this and you know how to fix whatever problem it is I'm having, like, I don't know, like, I've tried adjusting with different settings. I don't know, but it, like, I'll be able to get in, but then it'll like go off immediately or shut down, or just like the Wi-Fi, say something about the Wi-Fi when I know like the Wi-Fi here is working. So I'm going to be honest, I don't really use it that much anymore, which means I don't really use this cable that much anymore. But if it works for you, it's a really great tool. Like, so I would maybe just get this just in case. I mean, it's $10, you know, I would try it. It may just be me, you know, you may not have any trouble with it and it may run smoothly. I also have heard of people using like, what's it called? Cam Rangers, but those are a lot more expensive. Like, I think, you know, at least $100 and up. So this is a pretty cheap option because the software is free, right? So, you know, the cheaper the better. But sometimes, as you can see, cheaper doesn't always work out. So I would say, you know, just try it. It may work right for you. And if it doesn't, then maybe you want to invest in some other stuff. But honestly, I've been doing just fine. Just, you know, of course, I mean, you have to do more work, but it's like I literally just have to press the record button. And now the one thing I don't really like now is that when it comes to like getting thumbnails and stuff, I just have to take like screenshots from the actual video, which I don't like doing just because I feel like the quality doesn't come out as good. Even, you know, I don't know. I just feel like the quality doesn't come out as good as when you actually just take a picture. And so I actually prefer taking pictures. And yes, I have my siblings here, but they're usually like sleeping when I'm doing this stuff. And it's like, I don't want to bother them, you know? So yeah, it's just, that's the one downfall about it. But, you know, once again, it could just be me. This USB cord or cable is $10. The software is free. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. All right, guys, so that is everything. I want you guys to keep in mind before I do the final tally that I'm not including the Rode mic and the original Canon battery plug-in. The Rode mic was about $150, and then the Canon battery plug-in was like $10. So I'm not including that in this final tally because I don't really use it. But the total of everything else, as you can see on the screen, comes out to $833. Now, remember, like I said in the beginning of this video, a lot of this stuff I got, like the most expensive stuff, the camera, the Rode mic, and like I said, the battery did come with it. That stuff was used. Find a used version. Like, do not buy it new if you don't have to buy it new, because like, this camera works just like new, and I got it for all that stuff. Probably would have run me back at least like $800 alone if I tried to buy all new stuff, especially all together, because people sell, like, companies sell sets with like the camera and the lens and all that stuff together, but it's pretty expensive, usually starting off at like at least $800. So the fact that I was able to get the camera, the lens, the Rode mic, and the battery all in one go, like, check it out. Please, like, research used items if you want to save money. And why wouldn't you want to save money? Research used items. You ain't too good to buy nothing used, especially if you're just starting out and you're still trying to learn how to work stuff. I say go used. Do not buy anything new that you don't have to buy new. So yeah, this is the new, like, if you were to buy anything new, this would be the total that it would come out to. So just imagine if you bought that stuff used, how much cheaper it would be. And I want you to keep in mind that, yes, you know, because you're like, dang, that's pretty expensive. But it's like, listen, this is an investment. It is camera equipment. And it's like, if you want quality, you have to invest in quality. Like I said before, you can't expect to make $1 million if you're not willing to invest $1,000. and this stuff will last you for such a long time. They have long, you know, lives in terms of, you know, before they kind of, I guess, crash or go bad or whatever. So it's a worthwhile investment. Don't look at it as you splurging. Look at it as an investment, especially if you use it as frequently or more frequently than I do. So just keep that in mind. You're not gonna, if you I mean, there's $200 cameras, but it's not gonna be that good of quality, I'm telling you. Like, I mean, shoot, these iPhones in and of itself, like, they're more expensive than all of this stuff put together. Like, most of the new iPhones are like at least $1,000. So, you know, maybe that'll put things into perspective for you. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know I don't know, I feel like I fumbled a lot through this video, but it'll be all right. Like, y'all got the point of what I was trying to say. So just let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know what type of cameras or other film equipment you're interested in. And make sure to like this video. Also, make sure to subscribe if you're not already, and click the bell next to it to be notified. I love you so much, bougie bosses, and I will see you next time. Bye.